Okay, welcome to my first live stream on Black Nation Production. What we are going to do today is do a review on the Miss Pat show, the one right here that I already did a review to. And we're going to talk about the new season that came out, season 5, if I am corrected, which I am. So let's just get into it. I'm sorry. I'm so pissed that I had to do my voice like that. I hate that. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. I am so mad that I had to do my voice like that. Because the way it sounded before I added that filter on there was terrible. I probably would have got laughed at.
Show. Um, first and foremost, just let me say this: that this is my opinion. This is not a fact, but I don't think that Miss Pat deserves a 8.2 on IMDb.
Because it doesn't. Miss. What? It doesn't deserve an 8.2. And I'm going to say this throughout the video though. This is not because of the characters. Everybody played their role. The actors were great. They were great. But can I sit here and say that the Miss Pat show is a great TV show? No, I can't. Is it a good show? It's between okay and good. It's not a great show. It's not a show that you would come back and rewatch. Like, you watch it one time fully, and then after that, it's going to be months and months later before you watch it again. It doesn't deserve an 8.2. Even more recently, I found out that it was nominated 3 times at the Oscars. Why? That's crazy to me. But let's keep going.
Okay, that's just crazy. So we're putting Miss Pat in the top tier of not TV shows but also movies. It's 8.2 if you go on IMDb, and it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is just crazy.
Actually, 96%. It went down a little bit, but still 96%. Oh, I don't even see the Rotten Tomatoes score. That's crazy. That's the popcorn meter. 96%? It is not that good.
And me personally, for the Miss Pat show, it's not a rewatchable show. You know,
Exactly what I said.
quite frankly, I don't think it deserves 4 seasons. I'm happy that it got 4 seasons because, just helping out all the other black actors, because the Miss Pat show is a all black cast. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that, and I think that the whole cast, they did great. It was just the material and how everything was set up and all the cussing. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Were you out here for work as well?
Yep. I'm a comedian. You?
I'm a geologist.
What?
A geologist. I study rocks.
Wait a minute. They give white people jobs studying rocks? I used to sell crack rocks. You mean to tell me I'm a damn geologist?
Just point this out. That laugh track is terrible. That laugh track is terrible. Because it's not funny. Like, I'm not laughing. The setups for it are just not funny.
I think it takes itself way too seriously. Like all those shows that I just said, are rewatchable. The Miss Pat show is not a rewatchable show. You would come back and rewatch this show after you're bored of everything else.
Exactly what I said at the beginning. I put the Tyler Perry House of Pain at the pinnacle because even in 2026, it's still got new episodes. Still has the reruns, but not like Family Matters, Wayne Brothers, Everybody Hates Chris, Martin. Those are all reruns. Tyler Perry House of Pain is still coming out with new episodes in 2026 and in 2025. So that statement just seems so clear to me. If Tyler Perry House of Pain is at the top, And on IMDb, it is 4.3 out of 10. How the hell does Miss Pat beat the Tyler Perry House of Pain show when any black person will tell you the Tyler Perry House of Pain show is way more rewatchable than the Pat show, than the Miss Pat show? And that's nothing against the Miss Pat show. It's just I really and truly believe that it does not deserve that 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb. That's still crazy to me.
It's not funny. And I won't say it's just not a funny show. There were plenty of times where I did laugh. There were some moments where I did laugh.
It was funny. I actually did die laughing watching this because the one chick.
Y'all should come to my comedy show tonight.
Ooh, that could be fun.
I really should go home and feed my children, but as you would say, fuck them kids.
So it's settled. Parents' night out at Pat Show.
Don't do it again, bitch. I've been shot.
Your act is not congruent with our clientele.
I'm confused.
Okay, let me know if you can understand this. Look, nigga. Your shit is too ghetto for my damn club. How about that?
Meet your Uncle Tommy.
Hey, don't make me call security!
Talk to my damn sister like that. Dollars for that when I could have got him the real one for $2. How the hell you gonna get a real purse cheaper than a knockoff? Cause I met this chick at Panda Express. She got the hookup on everything. You was on that Panda Express for a minute. Well, you're a married woman. You know a lot can happen in a minute. Ain't that the truth? But look, I will go swap this one out with a real one and put it right back, and he'll never have to know. Oh, shit, quit that. Okay, stop it. Okay, all right. I'm a horrible mother. Is that what you...
Exactly what I was saying. It is not funny. It tries to be funny and serious, but for some reason it just doesn't work. You know, on the Tyler Perry House of Pain, they had that scene talking about Janine going to like on crack.
So some of these, I never got to read any of these. I've seen some of them. Corny writing. I suffered through 6 episodes and didn't laugh once. It's unfunny, like a Tyler Perry sitcom. As usual, they make the black lead character weak in the household. Yeah, they gotta make him weak. Tyler Perry is all about black women empowering. It's all about, you know, like black women, like the only thing that they have, like the only problem that black women have is that their man is holding them back the whole time during the movie until they get that courage. But they only get the courage when they find a new man that treats them well. It's like for Tyler Perry movies, it's all about women that don't rely on men, but it just seems she goes from one relationship to a worse relationship to a better relationship. It relies around men. It literally just relies around men. Well, my man is this way, so we broke up. We got a divorce. We broke up. He went somewhere else and got with his woman, which he already had a baby with. I found this nice, light-skinned, calm truck driver, but I still can't get over my ex-husband. It's always like that. It's just crazy. And then it says, I absolutely love this show. I love that they curse. I don't even want to read this anymore. This person is not for me. I've watched the Miss Pat show for a few years, and I've even been to one of the shows and had a great time, but the sitcom just does not do it for me. I appreciate the use of a live audience taping, and I love how each episode addresses an issue that real people actually deal with, but the rest of the show is just felt lackluster. There is a few clever jokes here and there, but most of the jokes miss the mark, and they repetitively use white people as a punching bag. I'm not one to complain about racial humor, as Miss Pat does it in her comedy, but after the 20th white person joke just in the first episode, I couldn't help but feel like the joke writing was just cheap and lazy. I am with you there. I mean, it does have. I mean, 5 out of 10. It's really not bad. It's. I mean, for that question, I will say it does tap into what black people go through, but it does do that. But I would still say not like any of the rest of them, because the way the Miss Pat show taps into it, it doesn't tap into it like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Like when Will Smith was at the ATM and he saved Carlton, and he ended up getting shot. So he's in the hospital trying to get better. Carlton is feeling all sort of ways, feeling vulnerable. So he decides to get a gun. So the next time that guy shows up, he's going to shoot him. And Will ends up talking him out of it. That's something that you deal with. Because Carlton was thinking like a YN. He was thinking like a YN, an eye for an eye. You shot my cousin, so now next time I see you, I'm gonna shoot you. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. But I mean, that was better than when her daughter was fighting for something she believed in and had to go to the principal's office, and it was all about the black stereotypes and everything. And I get it, but I get what this quote is talking about. It does address some of the stuff, but I think the other black sitcoms do that a bit better. But it was trying, and I understand where it was coming from, and I got, it is trying to empower black people, but like she said, the rest of the joke writing was just cheap and lazy. I completely understand that, because it did feel that way with all the cussing. Because I mean, with good writing, you don't need too many cuss words. You just say what the fuck you need to say. And I really do understand that, because I really couldn't get behind it, because one reason I couldn't get behind it is I'm 28 years old. I'm a young adult. I'm 28 years old, about to be 29. I'm 28 years old. This show did not resonate with me at all. It didn't give me any nostalgia, got me nothing, because this is my opinion, that most of the women who watch this show have to be middle aged, at least have more than 2 kids with maybe some baby daddies or a deadbeat husband or something to watch this and actually enjoy this, because I couldn't. But it's not meant for me. I think this whole show was to talk about the problems that black people have, but also in some way empower women. Like empower women, because this is not for men. Because the whole setting, where did it take place? She was in, like, was it Minnesota or something? I forgot where she lived, where the story takes place. It just didn't make sense, because Miss Pat doesn't, like, Miss Pat just seems to me the only person that doesn't fit in, because with all the hostility that she does towards everybody, where is that hostility coming from? Like, you have a loving husband, which in the previous quote called him weak, and yeah, but he was loving, and he was trying his best. You have kids that are trying their best, but they're going to fuck up because they are kids. So you're married and have wonderful children, right? Where's all this hostility coming from? You're not a single mom trying to do this on your own, and you got badass kids running around, and you don't know how you're going to pay the bills. Where is this hostility coming from? You're in a white neighborhood, trying to do well for yourself, making sure you got a steady job, steady income. You got a loving husband who is there for you, and you have kids that are going to do dumb stuff. Where is this hostility coming from? It's like the only person in the Miss Pat show that doesn't fit for me is Miss Pat. Where's all this hostility coming from? You're not a single parent trying to do this by yourself. You got a man. And your kids don't cuss at you. I mean, you got one that did live in the basement, but your kids don't cuss at you. They scared of you. and you still have hostility towards them. You got to leave all that ghetto stuff behind. You in a whole nother environment. That ghetto stuff don't fly no more. You so hostile to everybody, but you're not in the same condition that you were. You're married. You got wonderful kids. Smart as hell. Well, the girl is smart. The one in the basement tries. The other one, he's getting there. Loving husband, and then Tammy's just there. It's like you could just plop her in any other sitcom, she'll be fine, But it's like it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. But maybe I would have to be a woman in middle. Maybe I would have to be a mature woman to really understand this, because I just don't get it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's get back to these. I agree with one reviewer that the show is too stereotypical. Okay. Tough love is one thing, but cursing at your children and using the N-word is, oh my gosh, y'all, I can't read. Is typical of black people interaction with their kids and racist. If she feels that she is justified to behave that way because of her personal experience, isn't possible to demonstrate her toughness without being a poor role model for her children. A redeeming quality is they are not nearly as immature as she is. Hopefully this is true of her real children as well. Most get it from their dad, who is the most realistic role. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Growing up, my mom didn't cuss at me like this. She didn't use defensive tactics like this to scare me because of her own personal experience. And my mom went through a lot because she's a strong, courageous woman, but she didn't do that. So I don't get, all the way they made her character. She's tough all around the edges, but she's in a nice neighborhood. She has a loving husband who is trying his best just like she is. And she has wonderful children who are trying their best but are going to fuck up. You don't need to be that rough around the edges. You don't. Okay, let me see. Couldn't get through the first episode. Although the show is funny, I did laugh genuinely at a decent moment of the jokes. I think I'm just over the same old storyline in a lot of these new shows. I will admit that the show has an interesting edge to it. It can do without all the cussing and the typical black/white jokes. I want to be a fan of this show and support both Pat and Tammy. However, this just feels like another show taking world issues and putting a laughing face emoji on. That's right. It's not, like I said, it does not deserve, these are perfect quotes because it does not deserve that 8.2. I mean, it did get a fifth season. It did get a fifth season now, and I'm not going to watch it, but I don't think it deserves the fifth season. I think 4 seasons of that, they should have let it, they should have let it go. Because fifth season, I don't really care about the Miss Pat show, but I'm happy that all the actors could come back and, making business for it. Cause it's literally, the main characters are all black, and they do sprinkle in some white people in there, which is great. Which is great. I'm happy for the actors to come back and work. But the show is just not for somebody in their 20s. I need to be much older watching this.
I know other people, I know everybody, is different and can watch this. I just can't. I just can't.
I literally just said the same shit. Let's move forward.
This was not what they were about, where, it just wasn't, and then the whole thing about, the racism going on and all this other stuff and fighting. I'm all for black power, but it's just like, it's like they constantly contradict themselves as well. It's like, you want to fight that, like you want to fight, you want to fight it. I'm all for it, it's Black Nation all the way for me,
Yeah, it's always going to be Black Nation for me, because we always striving to be better than what we were. But with the Pat show, like I was trying to explain, all that. If you want to fight the change, then you got to be better than what they think you are. Because they think we're all, they don't think that we're that smart. I mean, we've come a long way now, but you want to make a change and you got to prove them wrong. This cussing and all this stuff, this is proving them, this is proving everything that they said about us is proving it right here. With all that cussing, being tough around the edges, all that stuff, you got to be way better. Because I'm way better. I'm 28 years old. I don't cuss. Well, not like that. I don't cuss in front of my parents or my grandparents or nothing like that. In front of my friends, I will. But I always stay true to myself because I do have morals. And I live by them. Because that's what I do. And it is always going to be Black Nation to the day I die, because I do want to help my people eventually. I'm helping now, but I want to do so much more. But in order for me to do that, I gotta become something so much more. And I can't do that with people thinking that I'm some hoodlum that is not smart and that just wants to do dumb nigga shit. I can't. I gotta be smart. I gotta hold myself to a higher standard than anyone. Does not deserve that 8.2. Does not deserve it. But all the actors were great in it. The show is just okay. It doesn't bring me any nostalgia. It doesn't bring me anything. Not like any of the other shows like Martin or anything. But I just don't think. And then, like I said, it got nominated 3 times for a Oscar. How? If somebody could explain that to me in the comments, because I'm still wondering that myself. But thanks for watching this. Thanks for watching the video, being on the live stream with me. That's about it.